Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name is Mina and happy first day of the Summerween Readathon. Today is Friday, July 2nd, which means that we have just started the readathon today. This readathon goes on for about a week. I think it actually ends like next Thursday, not next Friday. And I am planning to participate. I am planning to vlog, to read. We're gonna see how it goes. I feel like this time around I'm a little bit less prepared and I'm definitely not as hype as I was last year. I don't know why. I think it's just like the fact that the readathon came so suddenly this year and I just felt like I had nothing to read, and I'm not like as excited about the books that I selected because they're books that I haven't heard things about. So I feel like it's kind of putting like a damper on my readathon experience, but I'm gonna be positive from now on. I'm going to go in with a more positive mindset. So today I am going to be reading my first book for the readathon, which is If You Go Down to the Woods by Seth C. Adams. I talked about the books that I'm planning to read this week in my Summerween TBR video that was posted a couple of days ago, so make sure to check that out if you're interested in seeing the 3 books that I have selected. And I started reading the first like 34 pages yesterday just because I wanted to get a little bit of a head start, and it's not bad by any means. There are a few things that I find to be like problematic with the language that's used in here, and I will get to that in a second. But this book is supposed to have very similar vibes and like a very similar style to It by Stephen King, which is one of my all-time favorite horror books and books in general of all time. So I'm really excited to see like how it has some comparisons and similarities there. It is about a group of boys who are 13 who are hanging out in the summer in the woods. They find a dead body in the woods, and then somebody known as the Collector, who I'm assuming is like the murderer of the dead body, comes, and it says that our summer of innocence turned into the stuff of nightmares. So far we're just getting a little bit of description about the town and our main character, whose name is, God, what is his name? Give me 1 second, you guys. It's gonna take me forever to freaking find his name. See what I mean by being unprepared? Honestly, like I cannot even find it right now. Whatever, I will let you know what his name is the next time I do an update. But basically, he and his family have just moved to Arizona because his dad got a new job out of Barnes & Noble, which is funny. And he is like roaming through the woods one day, and he comes across a boy who is being like severely bullied because he's overweight, and he kind of befriends him in a way, and that's all I've really like gotten up to so far. And I assume they're gonna have like a group of boys hang out in the woods, that type of vibe, and then I'm waiting for like the mystery and the creepy stuff to happen, so I'm excited for that. The thing that I'm not crazy about, I really do not like this kid's perspective. He is super rude and judgmental, and he uses language that I just do not like approve of. And it's not like cursing, like whatever, I can deal with cursing, but he has basically used the word retarded 4 times in the span of 35 pages. I think it was actually 5 times. I counted 5 times in 35 pages. And like, this book was not written in the past. This book was written in 2018. So like, I don't know what the author's problem is, but like, I don't use that word anymore. And like, I know most people don't because it's offensive and it's like inappropriate, and you know, it just has like a lot of like negativity associated with it. And the way that he's using it is not even just like jokingly like, oh, you're that, and then he says it. It's like he associates it with mental illness in some of the instances that he uses it. And I'm just like, I'm not okay with that usage at all. And the way that like, he was talking about Tourette's in like one instance, and like pretending that he had it so that like a lady at the store would like leave him alone or something. So I don't know, I just feel like that is leaving like a bad taste in my mouth. I definitely do want to like continue reading, and I'm not gonna like DNF it, but come on, like we're so past that at this point. Like I feel like authors, and it's not even like it's a character that you're supposed to hate, because it's the main character and he's a kid, and I know that kids like say things that are stupid and like things that you're not really supposed to say and things that are inappropriate. But I feel like that's just something like, no, I just, no. And there's just other like comments that he makes, and like, he just doesn't seem, okay, his name is Joey. That's his name. There's just things that I don't like about his character, and I'll get into that a little bit more later. But today, my plans are to stay home pretty much. It's actually raining, so it's like a good Summerween vibe to read stuff, to read some spooky stuff. And I might go to Target because I have to pick up a couple of things. But other than that, it's just gonna be like a chill Summerween day one, and we'll see how it goes. I hope I'll be able to vlog every day, but again, we shall see how it goes. Also, shout out to my Scream t-shirt that says follow the rules, and it has all of like the Scream main characters on it. So I just wanted to show that off. Okay, I will check in with you guys later when I have more reading done, and yeah, I'll see you later. Okay, so quick update while I'm reading. One thing that I'm not like crazy about when it comes to the author's writing style is the way that he is narrating the kid. So it's from like first person point of view, like Joey's perspective, but I feel like the writing is like so adult. Like he's using like such big words and like speaking in such like complex ways that like a 13-year-old boy would not like think in this way or like speak in this way. And I know like the author's obviously not a 13-year-old boy, but I feel like if you were writing from first person, like the characters' thoughts and perspective should be accurate to like who they are. Like this is not the boy narrating from the future as an adult. It's him literally in the moment as a 13-year-old boy, and he's saying things like, that realization carried with it a light sadness and a soft sigh, barely perceptible, escaped me as the loss of possibilities played out in my mind. And then had sparked an excitement in me despite my pretenses otherwise. Like, okay, I get that this author likes to write in this way, but I just feel like it doesn't mesh with like who the character is that's like thinking this, and it's giving me like a weird jarring effect, as opposed to say like Stephen King when he writes from the perspective of an adolescent. Well, he never really does like first person except in the book later. Normally he'll have like an omniscient narrator and we'll see like different perspectives, so it's okay to write like that. But when it's first person, I feel like it doesn't match. Okay, I'm back literally like 2 pages later. I literally hate this main character. Like, I understand he's a 13-year-old boy, but like, who the F raised you? And like, why is this author writing so problematically? Like, I don't understand these comments. It's like he meets a new friend, I guess. He was introduced to him by like the other friend that he met, and this new friend is black, and he literally says, the first black kid I wasn't afraid of being shot or stabbed by in a long time. Like, shut the hell up, bro. Like, I can't. I'm sorry. I really want to like keep going and read this book because I didn't even get to the actual plot, but this writing is so atrocious. Like, I will definitely not be picking up from this author again. Like, that's not okay. And like, nobody in the reviews that I was reading this on Goodreads and Amazon, like the few that I read, like nobody mentioned the way that this author writes and like how problematic it is. Like, I don't understand. I just want to like take a break and like go to Target. I don't even want to like continue reading right now. I'm kind of like not motivated. Okay, I'm back. Just finished with my Target excursion. I swear to God, like every time you go in there, it's not even that I buy things that I don't need, because I really don't do that. I buy things that I need, but like you just don't realize how much money things add up to be until you're like actually checking out and you're like, how did I just spend $50 on cat food and sponges and like bobby pins? Like, what else? And seltzer. I mean, I did get some blackberries and a candle. So that I guess isn't like needed, but come on, like why is it $50? I also got myself a cold brew because it's Summerween and I don't know why I'm just like not feeling myself today. So cheers. Mix it up. I actually used my points today so I didn't have to pay for the drink. So it was a free cold brew for me. Anyway, I have to get back to the house. Well, I don't have to, but I'm going to. And I'll probably get some more reading in. Today's just a pretty blah day. So I will check in with you guys when I have more reading thoughts. Okay, you guys, it is now the end-ish of the night. It's about 8 p.m. Just cooked and ate dinner. And I'm going to end today's vlog here. I do want to give you a couple of little thoughts that I have at this point with If You Go Down to the Woods. I did manage to get to page 100 and okay, so I was really pissed off today as you could see from like all of the clips previously. I don't know, like I just was expecting something different from this book, and I think that a lot of the language choices that the author chose were just not okay with me. However, I did find out that the author is not white. He's actually black himself. And so it kind of like changed my opinion on the racial commentary that I pointed out previously. I still think it's like, I mean, a weird comment and obviously like a not okay comment, but the fact that it's coming from an author who is a man of color, I feel like I can't really comment on that because it's not my race to comment on, you know? If this was coming from a white author, that would be a lot different. And that was kind of like my reaction because I had assumed that the author was white. And so when I read it, I was like, don't really think a white person like should be writing in this way and like making comments in this way, even if it's just his character thinking, like, no. But the fact that he's not white kind of changes my opinion on that instance in the book. And like, I get it, people do think this way and speak this way in real life, so like there's an element of like accuracy to maybe like what he's writing here, and that it's kind of like him trying to show us different perspectives and thought processes of people who are white who would be thinking things like this. I do think that like, would I rather have a main character who's obviously not making racist comments like that and not using derogatory terms and things like that, and you know, just being a little bit more like socially aware? Of course, I would rather have a character like that. Even if it is a 13-year-old boy, like I think that there are so many people, so many characters we can create that are better people than who we have as the main character. But whatever, that's the author's choice, his decision to do that. I'm still not okay with his use of the R word that I mentioned previously in the beginning of the vlog. I don't care what race you are. The way that it's being used in this book, I'm not okay with it. It actually happened again multiple times within the next 50 pages that I read, and one usage of that word was in conjunction with his description of Parkinson's disease, not necessarily calling people with Parkinson's disease that offensive term, but I'd have to find the sentence and show it to you, but I was just like, again, uncomfortable with how it was used. There's like something in my hair. How it was used, and yeah, I don't know, I just don't like that fact. So those are my thoughts. Also, we haven't gotten to anything scary. They did find the abandoned car in the woods, but they haven't gone inside the car yet, so we don't know that there's a dead body. This person in the description noted the collector has not shown up yet. So we're 100 pages in. This book is only 270 pages, so I think with a book this short, the horror elements should have happened already at this point. I do like the setting, I like the atmosphere, I like the retro vibes, I like the fact that it is very reminiscent of It, but at the same time, It is an over 1,000 page book, so Stephen King had so much room and time to spend developing characters, creating backstory, and just talking about things that were not only horror. But for a book this short, I feel like we should have already gotten to the horror aspects. So those are my thoughts this far. I'm going to end the vlog here for today, and I will see you guys tomorrow with day 2 of Summerween. I hope that everybody has or had a wonderful day today. Bye guys!